Hello Bots and Bits fans, welcome back. Now, no, this is not what you usually expect, but I'm taking a break from Transformers just for this very moment.
So, you know, that's one thing, but when it turns violent, that's
Look at this.
it.
Hold on one second, Tom.
To talk about the wildly popular animation Rick and Morty and my favourite character from that series, Mr. Meeseeks. This is, of course, the Funko, fully posable Mr. Meeseeks action figure. Now, I would debate that fully posable remark, but we'll get into that in a second. Wondering who or what a Mr. Meeseeks is? Well, the YouTuber Royish Good Looks made a damn catchy remix that explains a lot of it.
Existing.
If you enjoyed that, head on over to Royish Good Looks YouTube channel. All the details are in the description. He has a whole ton of parodies and other interesting quirky videos that I'm sure you're all going to love. Looks wise, he absolutely nails, you know, he looks just like Mr. Meeseeks, down to the hands, the legs, the feet, the hair, everything about it is Mr. Meeseeks. Now, in the box, he comes with a couple of accessories. He gets Jerry's club, a pistol from the end of the episode where they're going to kill everybody, and what was the dog's name? Snowball. You get Snowball's mecha leg. I'm not buying the rest of these, so this doesn't really matter much to me. That's not done particularly well. I guess for the $25 mass-produced product price, it's not too bad, but this is all scratched up the back. This paint is all scratched. This is all uneven. The plastic's lumpy. Giant gashing sprue marks, scratches all down the side here. It's a bit rough. I don't think it's in there pretty tight. I don't think it would have been box rattle that did it, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Anyway, onto his golf club, and this is done much better. The silver is on there much more consistently, and it is a bendable plastic, which is good because you do have to sort of bend it a little bit to get him to hold it. So the handle itself will go in the hand, and he will hold it pretty tightly, the handle. But that's it. The rest of it is just too thin. So when trying to pose it, you have to get the handle in there tight, and then you can rotate the rest. Let's just rotate that up and get him holding it like that. But it's just sort of sitting in this hand. It's not really being held in by anything. It's all this side. But then, you know, when it comes to the pistol, he really does not hold this very well at all. The pistol is pretty solid plastic. There's no paint or anything on it, and for its size, the detail is, you know, pretty good. You can tell it's a Beretta. When it comes to him holding it, yeah, it doesn't really happen because of the shape of his hand. He's got like a mitten hand, so he can't really hold it forward. It's always, and that's tight as well. Get in there. I can't even get it in his hand. Let's try this side. There we go, that's much better. So see, because of the mitten, he's always sort of sticking it out like that. You can't rotate it around. It's not like there's a groove in there to hold the pistol forward. Maybe I can jam it. Oh, there we go. I can sort of bend the hand around, but even then, the bendable plastic just sort of springs back into shape. So that's about, yeah, it's still not great. So that's a bit of a shame. I think in one hand they could have really cut out a groove just to tightly slot that pistol grip in. That would have been a much better alternative. But well, he does hold the golf club really well. So, and that's what I'm more interested in. I don't really care about the gun. The golf club is the cool accessory from the episode. That was a funny episode. My God. Now, something that bothers me about the figure itself is that some of the colours are off and some of the plastic was pretty badly damaged straight out of the packaging. I'll cover the plastic colours first. You can see the blue colour of the tummy and the abdomen and torso, right? It's what you would expect. But then on his back, the plastic is a slightly yellowed colour, like it's been in the sun. I'm not sure if that's coming up too good or not. But the back has slightly yellowed plastic, and the tummy and the front is a really deep blue. The front of the head is the same colour as the back, and the back of the head is the same color as the front. Are you seeing that? My camera might not be picking it up very well. Look at the blue of the head and then his back. Compare the blue on his tummy to his face. The face is slightly yellow, the back is slightly yellow. You might not notice it. It's a bit of a nitpick for an action figure. You're not going to notice it, but it is something that I figured I would mention. Now, the damaged plastic, straight out of the box, hopefully this will come up. The front of the thighs and all down the all down the shins, this plastic is just super scratched up. And it's filthy already, straight out of the box. You see that? Looks like he had a fight with a cat. I really hope that's coming up, because the scratches are really obvious to me all the way down there. Not so much on the back, but we do have pretty nasty sprue marks and mold lines. But it is a soft, bendable plastic, so you can see that when they've taken the sprues off, it's left a bit of a chunk, that's all. And one other thing that bothers me, well, not bothers me, more concerns me, is the amount of force you have to use on these joints to get the full range. So say with the arms, it only really wants to go to there. It stops you, both sides, stops you about the same. But because this is soft plastic, it does have a bit of give to it. So if you force it a little bit, you can get all the way up, and it will hold there nicely. But that joint, that just looks angry in there, and it just does not feel like it really wants to do it. But it will, and you can get all the way around and then bring it out that far like so. You can get the elbow around like that, and that is an all plastic joint as well, and that is the same soft plastic. Around the back, the arm doesn't really want to come too far forward, but that's a really unnatural movement anyway, and all the way around like that. And it is the same on the other side. This arm actually feels a little bit more freer, so maybe mine's just inconsistent and it's just a little bit tight on that side, and if you pick this up, you might not have the same dramas. Also, when it comes to articulation, the head does swivel all the way around. It feels like it's on a bit of a spring, but I think it just must be something to do with the plastic inside, because his head does spring back like that, both sides. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It's about there. But it does go all the way around and then springs back. The wrists down here are on a nice stiff swivel. No pivot or moving, just swivel alone. Same on both sides. And then with the legs, these joints are a little bit restricting, but you can sort of move the foot and the knee to make it look a little bit more natural. So you get forward to there, but it's an outward. So you can't get a straight forward and back. It always goes out like that, with the knee facing this way. But if you wanted a straight kick, you could just rotate the foot like that, and it still looks just fine. And then out to there, which isn't a very fast spread, but you can still rotate on that same spread, like so. Back to there, but the same, it goes outward. And then the knee has a full 90 degrees, and you can do a full 360 on the feet. On mine, this leg has come a little bit loose. He will still hold a pretty good pose. I think I had him doing the Meeseeks dance before on my Instagram. There we go. So he will hold a balance pose pretty well, even though my hips were just that slightly little bit loose. It doesn't seem to matter. It still holds reasonably well. But with all that said, I really love the look of this figure. I really love what they've done. They've taken the 2D character and made him 3D just in a really amazing way. He's got the most messed up face, but somehow they've pulled it off and it looks great. From the painted orange hair, which is attached, it's not actually part of the head, it's glued on, to just the plain black eyes and the little eyebrows and that big giant smile on his chin. He looks fantastic. Even though I've complained about it a little bit, I do really like it. I do really like it, and it makes me want more. If Funko released more Mr. Meeseeks with different faces, different accessories, and we could have like 3 or 4 of them in all different stages of wanting to die, I would buy that. And what did I pay for this? I bought this for $25 from Game Traders at Marion in South Australia. So if you're a Rick and Morty fan and a Mr. Meeseeks fan, how could you not be? The character, he's so plain and dull yet so unique. I've never seen anything like it. For 25 bucks for an action figure, it's an action figure. It's not a collector's grade product. It's not like a masterpiece sort of thing. It's not a Revoltech sort of thing. It's just a $25 action figure with a couple of cool accessories. I recommend it. He's just fun. That's it. That's just it. It's just, I'm so used to masterpiece where you just sort of get them out, look at them, and put them away sort of thing. But he's fun. So yeah, if you're a fan, you have some spare cash, you can get it for roughly what I paid for it. I wouldn't pay like the $39 to $45 mark for this. I'd feel a little bit cheesed about that. But for 25 bucks, it's good. So yeah, go grab it. Now, if you enjoyed my video and you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe to my channel. Remember to check out my Facebook for daily news and updates on third-party and KO stuff, mostly Transformers. I have a new Instagram account, #botsandbits, all one word. And as always, guys, thank you very much for your time and thanks for watching.